Hello,
and it's
everybody.
always funny because when we start, we always have that look like,
Are we done yet? Are we started?
I need, we need those
One,
we
two,
need the little
three.
clacker things.
Right.
And action.
Well, I mean, if you think about our first show, how many times did we start it? And we anyhow.
Oh my gosh.
I think we were
A
like
long
15 minutes into
time.
the first episode when you finally got the intro to start.
I think so. Yeah, and it wasn't even the full intro. It was horrible. It was horrible. It was a nightmare. Oh God. Oh,
But
whoa.
we're much better now.
Yes, we are. We are.
We are live.
We
Yeah,
are
we are live.
live.
We are
Hi,
no longer in
everybody.
Memorex.
No, we are A.M.O.K with Adrian in Arkansas, Ken in
Yeah.
Missouri, me, Shauna, or Geeks, or whatever, in Oklahoma, and Pam in Kansas.
You didn't point at her. You pointed at all
Well,
of us. But
I was just pointing. She is over there for me.
Actually, she's
Um,
this way.
Who's echoing? Who's playing us in the background?
Uh-oh.
Oh, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Adrian. Adrian was the culprit.
No.
It was the ghost of Valentine's Day. There you go.
Well,
What's up,
Valentine's.
Grumpy?
Sneezy. Oh.
It's Grumpy Poo.
Awesome.
See, that's what I say. We have to welcome the
Hey, Grumpy.
the whole world.
The whole world. Yes, because Grumpy is in the whole world.
The billions of the people who are listening to us right now. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody.
Yes, happy Valentine's Day.
And I guess this is Valentine's Day. We need to talk to the ladies from G.E.E.K.S.
Yes, my ladies. How are my ladies doing? Debbie, say hi.
Debbie don't want to say hi.
Debbie don't want to say hi.
Where is
She was
Debbie?
just talking. Now we
Debbie.
can't hear her.
Now, can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
There
There
she
she
is.
is.
Okay. I did say hello. You just didn't hear.
And then we have Kelley.
Hello. Glad to be here.
Yes, these are the geeky ladies of Geeks Paranormal here in good old Oklahoma. We're gonna dig into their brains tonight.
That might be a scary adventure.
Right?
Will we return?
I make no guarantees.
Okay. Oz, here we come.
Well, just to start off a little bit, I had already made introductions with Kelley because Kelley had yet to meet Ken and Pam and Adrian. Because those that have followed us for a while knows that our Kelley is still going through cancer stuff, so she doesn't get to make it to a lot of the places we go to. But Kelley, do you want to introduce yourself and tell a little bit about why you got into the paranormal and why you decided to be, I don't know, in my group of all groups?
Well, I decided to join the paranormal because I had had a lot of scary things happen in my life. Disembodied voices. I've seen red eyes looking at me at night, and I had nobody to explain those things. So I felt, get the knowledge and help those people, and be able to help understand it and know not to be afraid of it.
So, where did you learn about the paranormal? Not learn of it, but how did would you use to study it?
I would grab any book I could get my hands on.
Yeah.
Now, you're not originally from Oklahoma either, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not originally from Oklahoma, though. I'm from California.
From where?
Oh, wow.
I'm from Ventura, California.
Yeah, I'm from
Oh.
San Bernardino, California. So
There's a lot of ghosts out there.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
Professor Richard Tennant, I went on some of his ghost tours. I've, had the pleasure of speaking with him directly. He's a very nice man.
And who is this?
Professor Richard Tennant. He's a world-renowned paranormal parapsychologist. I mean, like it to that.
Wow, nice.
Very cool.
So
yeah, I'm sitting here watching Shauna eat.
I'm
Okay.
eating chocolate.
I think she's
Chocolate.
eating Valentine candy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I am.
And how I got started and how we got started was
I don't know
we
if
were
you
talking
see.
about
Okay, hold on, Adrian.
I'm going over to Adrian's house.
Right? Tina's over there making chocolate covered strawberries.
That's like, I was gonna eat him, but I don't have a napkin anyhow.
How we got started was I was chatting with Shauna and we were talking about paranormal things and how we didn't have a paranormal group. And I just popped off, well, why don't we start one?
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. So, yeah.
Same
So
here.
what would you say is your? Everybody has a thing that an angle that they come after the paranormal. So what's your angle to the paranormal? See, I come at it from a spiritual perspective, a Christian perspective. But what are you? Do you look at it more like a scientific or a spiritual? What angle do you generally take?
I think of it more as a spiritual, because if there's a lost soul that needs help moving on, I feel that if you know how to do that properly, you're morally and ethically obligated to help that spirit move on.
I get that. Unlike Debbie, who doesn't believe any of it.
Nah.
I mean, I saw her at the expo, and she was all like, "Weirdos." I'm surrounded by weirdos, or at least that's the face she looked at when she was looking at me. I don't know.
I look at it as a Christian. I'm a Christian, so I look at it through Christian eyes.
Well, that's how I started doing it. That's how I got involved, because I was the stereotypical, there's no such thing as ghosts. And then I encountered one. I was like, okay, wait a minute, I got to wrap my mind around this. And through all the studying of it, I realized where it fit. And then I noticed that all these people were scared. So let me try to shine some light on it from a Christian's perspective, if I can speak, from a Christian perspective. So they're not so terrified, which was always my goal. So it's good to see other Christians out there doing the work.
Got to stick together.
Now,
Absolutely.
Not everybody in your family, though, are Christians, are they?
Is that a question for me?
Yes.
Not everybody in my family is a Christian.
No, she has some experience with. Go ahead.
I have two sisters that are Wiccan. They practice the Wiccan faith. So what we were taught as kids, what best lesson that my mom ever gave us was go where your soul feels calm. They found it in Wicca. I found it in Christianity.
That's very profound.
Yep.
It is.
Very interesting, too, because if we need help in that way, that aspect, I can always say, hey, Kelly.
Oh, yeah. And either of my sisters will be happy to help.
Awesome.
So does your soul feel calm, Kelly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There are times I get stressed out because of my health, but when I go to church or when I'm in prayer, that's my calm place.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, how did you meet Shao?
We work together.
Okay.
Wait a minute, Shauna works?
You aren't supposed to tell everybody.
To work together, and she became supervisor. I always had to work Saturdays, so when it was slow, we'd sit there and talk about paranormal stuff.
Okay.
I always end up in a paranormal conversation at some point a day at work with somebody.
Me too.
Me
Well,
too.
especially when they, as soon as they find out about it, somebody says something, and then they'll go talk about it at their desk. And next thing I know, I have somebody else coming on. I didn't know you were a ghost hunter. Like, yeah.
I'm an investigator.
Yeah, that's.
No, I'm a hunter, man. I get my shotgun. No, I don't.
We gotta get those Ghostbusters. Get our packs ready.
No, I learned from watching Supernatural. I carry a shotgun with salt rock.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Man,
when we first
I go back to Kolchak.
Kolchak.
When
Kolchak's been a conversation in this household today. So yes, we're Kolchak fans.
when we
Excellent.
started in 2012, we had started with 13 people.
Yeah.
13 people, and it dwindled down to what, 3 in less than a year?
Well, nobody wanted to do the work.
Do what?
Nobody wanted to do the work.
Nobody wanted to do the work.
It was a lot more work than a lot of people realized, and they just
Definitely
didn't
a lot
have the
more work.
time.
I get we have an investigator. She used to be part of our team. Ran into her on at Walmart just the other day. Sherry, hopefully she's watching now. But we've gone through a lot of transition, and people come and go, but never had a huge just fallout. I guess one time we did have a fallout. Tina and I fired everybody because just because there was stuff and everybody was busy, and it's like, okay, well, let's shut down the team except for me and Tina, and then we're back up. So we have 4 members currently now, and that's pretty much all we need because we do houses. So you don't get more than 4 people in a house. Generally, it's you're sitting on top of each other.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah, being in small houses, especially in a small house, it gets, all right, we're just going to have to do this together. Be quiet.
The one we just did was 854 square feet.
Oh, wow. You
That's
were
tiny.
on top of each other, literally.
Actually, I was sitting on the floor, and they had a cat, and that cat was on me sitting down.
Oh, a regular cat, a cat scan.
Yeah.
There we go.
Back
maybe
to the
that's-
cat.
Maybe
All
that's
these cat
maybe that's what it
references
was.
tonight.
Right?
That's
Oh,
Debbie,
my gosh.
Debbie, we haven't forgotten you.
No, we haven't.
Who?
We haven't. We're coming.
Who?
That
you're good.
that one person
Debbie.
right there. Yeah.
She's not
The
on
one
my
that
thing.
comes with me on everything.
Oh, wait a minute. There's an arrow that's pointing that way. I'll get you to the Zoom
Let's
stuff.
see, she's that way to me.
She's that way to me.
Hey guys, heads up. Grumpy's getting ready to.
Oh, Grumpy, thank you so much for at least logging on long enough to say hey to everybody. We so appreciate you coming in all the way from Scotland.
I don't know. He doesn't seem very grumpy to me.
He's not.
Spicy. He's just a fun kind of spicy.
Good night, Grumpy.
Hey, Grumpy, before you go, has he left yet?
I don't think so.
Okay, before you go, I just want you to tell everybody tomorrow that we said hi.
Which is today.
Specifically,
For you.
specifically, Adrian said hi. I mean, I'm sure they know me.
Oh, yeah. They everybody knows Adrian.
I'm famous.
Everybody.
I've been on the TV, so
I've been on the TV.
I've been on the TV, so I'm famous.
Well, it was many years later and through trials and tribulations and somebody just throwing her at me that Debbie came along. Debbie, you want to tell your tale? What brought you
I
into
like-
the paranormal, and how
I
did you
like
end
that.
up with
I got-
me?
Well, apparently I got thrown at you.
Sounds like it was a dare.
Right. Well, honestly, what got my attention, I guess, to say it that way, when I was little, we lived with my grandma, and I could see my grandpa. Mind you, my grandpa was dead. So
Yeah, I've seen that in movies. It's always really unsettling.
when you're a little kid, it kind of is. Yeah. Yeah.
When you say you
Um,
saw your grandpa, like how?
like,
Like, I mean,
well,
like he was standing there or in
Yeah.
your like psycho head?
no,
Psycho
like he
head.
was standing there.
And your
Like he was
psycho
standing
head.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my you know.
Oh.
No,
Are
you
you
would
woo
see
woo? Are you woo woo person? I never
woo-woo.
asked you that before. I mean, I met you, but I don't know. Are you woo woo at all?
All this time that we've hung out and you've never asked me that. See how you are?
I've never. I don't think I have asked you.
He was
No.
saving it for
You
tonight.
intimidate me. You scare me so.
He had to save it for his what do you call it? Expose. Well, not expose. What am I looking for? What's the word?
Expose.
He had to let Scotland
It's
know.
not that kind of show.
We're doomed.
We'll be expose and nothing.
Get off the boat, people.
We've already set this forward. We're Christian, so no exposeing.
Wow. We're slowly moving to the R rating here.
Right.
The family show, Adrian. Come on.
Hey, I'm not the one to talk about exposeing things.
Can't breathe.
No, but really, I never asked you.
No, you haven't.
So I don't know. Are you one of those people that's just sees and feels things, or are you?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
Yes, she is my
What am I thinking?
sensitive.
What am I thinking now?
Wait. I don't read minds.
I don't read mine.
Oh,
I
gosh.
can read it. I can read it. I don't believe that this is going on. That's what I.
The skeptic is coming out, you guys.
Somebody tried to read my mind once, and they're still in the hospital. So
Oh, I bet that was traumatized. I mean,
that's okay. They got a good little jacket. They got a good little jacket.
oh,
Long sleeves.
Long sleeves.
nice
Keep 'em
soft
nice and warm.
room.
They're nice and warm. I did not know that.
Debbie,
Are the walls-
how did you see your grandpa, Debbie?
Well, you could. The best way I remember seeing him is he would watch over my grandma. So every night when we would go to bed, you would always see him standing in her doorway. It was like he would be there to watch over her while she slept. It was
That's
kind of
super
weird,
sweet.
but
Yeah.
but that is one of my biggest memories of my grandpa. And by the way, I never met my grandpa.
Yeah.
He was passed away long before I was ever born.
Well, I do
So-
believe that they
Did-
hang
did-
around. It's just one of those things. I even as a Christian, that's one of the things I started as our group for, to try to understand all that. But like, I'm not woo-woo at all, and neither is Tina. But Tina will smell her grandpa's pipe smoke
Mhm.
and stuff. So I believe they're around, and all cultures have done that, to have their ancestors look on, and I think there's something to that. So that's actually pretty cool to know that he was there and keeping watch.
I think
Yeah.
also heaven is defined as your own version of heaven, and maybe his heaven was watching over her watching over the
Aw.
grandma.
It's a good point. Real good point.
Yeah.
Debbie, were you able to communicate with him?
I was
Or was-
little.
Just
I was-
visual? I mean, did you?
Yeah. I was pretty little and didn't quite grasp, what was going on there. It became more apparent as to, oh, okay, this is what this is. Thanks to my brother, because he was really into the paranormal. Like my brother would would literally do seances and stuff like that. So
See,
that
I want
made
to.
Which
me-
brother is
I want to
this?
investigate a seance. I don't want to do a seance, but I definitely want to be in the corner with the camera.
right?
Is this the little
Yeah.
brother? No, this is the bigger brother.
Bigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But oh yeah, that he would get a group of friends together and they would do one all the time.
Wow.
Never failed.
Did
So,
anything
yeah,
crazy come out of it?
a couple of times, yeah. I mean,
Just
he
did.
had friends leave the house saying they'd never come back.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We we would tell, everybody we knew, hey, our grandpa's in this house. They're like, no, he's not. Oh yeah, he is.
They're like, go get him.
He told my grandpa one time, he's like, Grandpa, if you're here, slam that back door. And the door slammed shut.
Oh wow.
And one of my brother's friends went screaming out the door. I mean, screaming like a girl.
Not ghost hunter material.
No.
No. And after
Sounds like-
that, he would never come back to grandma's house when it was dark. He would only come over during the
When
day.
it was dark.
That's funny.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You
I
only
don't know
hunted
why
at
he
night.
thought that made a difference, but
Grandpa was probably really happy too. It's like, I got rid of that guy.
No
Finally.
kidding.
Probably.
he's finally gone.
My goodness. Well, how did you end up with me?
I was actually on another team, and he had pretty much decided he was going to go on his own. And so he asked us that were on his team if we wanted to just kind of find our own way, or that he knew someone that had a team and he would be willing to see if they wanted to add people to theirs. And I was the only one out of the group that was like, yeah, sure, man, I'll check it out. Let's do it. And here I am.
That was like
I've been on the
what?
team since
2017?
16 or 17, yeah.
16 or 17. Dang, time has
Nice.
flown by.
Yeah.
I still
Fine,
can't
that's
believe
fine.
Ariana's 9.
I'm her mama, and I can't believe it. I can't believe I have a 21, an 18-year-old, and an 8-year-old, or almost 9-year-old. It's just mind-boggling how fast time flies when you're having fun.
It's like you turn around.
Wait until
And-
they're
Yeah.
37 and
I
32.
don't even talk
Yeah,
about how old my
right.
kids
How old your kids are?
are. I don't even want to talk about it.
So tell us about some of your experiences, both of you guys. At some of the things you've done with the team.
Oh, goodness.
Mhm.
I remember the first time we went to Crybaby Bridge.
Oh yeah, the train.
Yes, and then I remember
I could not find
the-
that clip. I gotta look for it.
And then the first EVP and how that made all the hair stand up.
Well, it's believe it or not, remember I can't remember. I think it was a couple episodes back, or maybe it was last episode where I said that we had found a clip of we heard a baby crying on the bridge. I cry baby bridge, but we did. It was weird, and we were out in the middle of nowhere, and the nearest house was miles away. But I was in the military. I know sound can travel, but not that close.
Yeah,
No.
it was scary, but yet kind of cool.
And we didn't hear it with our ears. We didn't hear it until we played back the EVP. Yeah, it was very interesting.
Or the one time that we were driving, Dustin was with us, and we saw the dude jump off.
Well, the dude ran in front of the van. Ran right in front of the van. I said that story too.
Yeah, as long as it's like, boom, boom, what was that? Did you hear that ghost?
Right.
Right? That would have sucked real bad. But no, he was too blurry to be solid. Too blurry to be solid. That was
We
a
refer to him as a ghost because we made him that way.
So did you guys all see him?
Make your own ghosts to hunt.
Oh,
Was
I
that car?
I saw him. Dustin saw him, and Shauna saw him.
Yeah, it was one of
Okay.
those moments where you're in the middle of talking, you just stop talking suddenly, and you're like,
It's
Yeah.
like, what did your brain's trying to process what you see?
yeah. Yeah, it was
Wow.
very
I
interesting.
get that.
And I didn't think she was looking outside, so I didn't even ask her if she saw anything. And it was funny because I didn't ask anybody. I just kind of looked over at Dustin, and I just kind of looked out the front back at Dustin. And he's like, we said it at the same time, did you see that? And Kelly's like, I saw it too. It was very interesting.
So take me through a generic investigation. What do you do when you set up? How do you go through your stuff? I mean, we have a specific protocol. So what do you guys do?
We set the cameras up. We make certain that
That's what we do first. We have to do our
Yes, we do.
walkthrough first.
Exactly.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I got all excited.
She was just jumping to the 95 foot of cable that we run.
Oh God. That freaking 500-pound case of cable.
Oh my God.
I swear. We finally have another DVR and we can take the cable again, but
Oh, yay.
I have come to the
That was
conclusion of kind of agreeing
So
with
enthusiastic.
Tidrian
Oh,
on this one. Unless it's a big, huge place, we just need our cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Go ahead, Kelly.
I'm all for the DVR, even
Oh,
in
yeah.
a small place, because
Well,
we
of course
actually
we do.
it's actually saved
Go
our
ahead, I'm
butt.
sorry.
Yeah, it does. Especially when you need the view of all around you, and all you have is that one camera, so you can prove that there was nobody there.
Well, we thought we did this hotel, I guess you call it, bed and breakfast. I don't know, and we're sitting on a couch, whatever. So you can see this on the DVR, and just I need to go back. We did all our walkthroughs. We did this stuff, took pictures, all yada yada yada, and toward the middle part of the investigation, we noticed that there was something that was in one room, and now it's in another room, and nobody moved it, nobody dropped it, nobody grabbed it, nobody did whatever. So it's like, what is it? So I couldn't wait to see, because there were cameras aimed at where it was, and there were cameras aimed at where it was left. So it's like, okay, we got to figure this out. So I watched the DVR, and you know how much fun that is. Watch it. And Ron, one of our
Loads.
investigators, actually this glove that had moved was on the couch, and it had a piece of Velcro on it, and it stuck to him. And you could see it as he was walking from the one room to the other. And it's really funny because I have to find this clip for you and show it to you, because it looked like the glove is smacking him on the butt as he was walking. And then just before it got to the
Getting
stairs,
trashed.
just before it got to the stairs, it fell. So, I mean, not paranormal, but it was good, because until then we had no idea how it got there.
Right.
Nobody physically grabbed it. Nobody, like how did this arrive? And so that's why I think DVRs are good at that. Have I got anything paranormal on my DVR ever?
I did,
I didn't.
but I couldn't find it for this thing.
Oh, sure. Then if you
Are you
can't,
talking about Ricky's
if you
apparition?
can't produce it,
Well,
I do.
the one apparition, and then the one that we saw at Spiritual Rose, where it looked like a piece of hair, and then it just kind of got bigger.
Oh, that
And
was
branched
so cool.
out. Yeah. It was
Wow.
weird. Oh, yeah. It was like a piece of hair. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking with my mouth full. Well, it was like a piece of hair. And you could see it going away from the camera. And then it started branching out like it was reaching out, like with the arms. And it was just crazy. I had never
Wow.
seen anything like it in my life. And, I would have still said, that's just a piece of hair. But it was just sitting there and reaching out. And it was like, no, that ain't no hair. I don't know what it is.
unless you're Medusa, hair don't do that. Yeah.
Right?
Just a bug. It's a bug.
Yeah, it's a bug.
As an orb.
But I'll have to find it because I was going through. Actually, I was going through Spiritual Rose stuff tonight, and I got a couple of clips on there. But it's a very interesting place. I'd like to go back. I'll have to see if I can give her a call. But in processes of setting up, Kelly usually is one of the ones that help me out with the monitoring, unless she gets bored and wants to walk around.
I'm command center queen.
But
Nothing wrong with that.
no,
Oh, nothing. Somebody needs to do it.
yep.
Absolutely.
And I'd like, whenever we get there, Debbie to do a walkthrough before she knows really anything about the place. That way,
She did a woo-woo walkthrough.
she does the woo-woo
I
walkthrough.
do the woo woo walk.
And
I'm
then,
You're in good company. We do it too.
go ahead, Kelly.
Oh, I was gonna say we always send her in blind. We don't tell her
Yeah.
anything about the
No.
place.
Nope. And then she kind of tells us where she feels the hot spots are, and we set up there, and then we move to start set up the cameras if we're doing static. If not, then we know those are the places we need to check out before the night's over with. But yeah, usually I have the DVR system and the 500,000 pounds of wire and camera.
You need to, you need to advertise and need a strong geek.
Right? Well, usually I try to drag my ginger man with me if he'll go, but he doesn't do this. He supports me and he's all for me doing it, but he wants no part of it. You want to talk about you being a skeptic?
Yeah. It's good to have things like that because sometimes we get
It definitely.
But I mean,
So
go ahead.
let me say, so when you guys actually do go out and investigate, and not monitoring the equipment and such, how do you proceed? What do you kind of like to use or do while you're investigating?
I like my video camera and my digi.
I like my
Those are-
digi,
Okay.
and I'm usually tagging along with one of them, so I don't really. I have a handheld camera I take stills with.
Okay. So do you actually participate in the EVP questions?
Yes.
Okay. Do you lead sometimes?
Mhm.
Okay. Very cool.
Mm.
Debbie, you just got quiet. Do you?
I was letting Kelly answer.
Debbie's still
yeah.
trying to read me.
Oh yeah, we go through. We
What?
ask all kinds of questions.
He's got clothes for you.
Each one of us will ask different questions. Like I said, I like my digi. I've caught a lot on it. Not necessarily my handheld digi, but I've caught things on my phone digi. So me and Shauna both caught some stuff at Ashmore.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
you know.
That's a great place.
Oh, it is.
Oh yes, I love that place.
It is.
I was just with the whole group, not at Ashmore, but at Robin's place.
Yeah, I saw that.
For the conference. Last one too.
Mm.
They're after 10 years, they're ending it.
Oh
So-
man.
sad.
Aw.
Yeah, it does.
But I mean, it's a lot of work, and
It
they're
is
gonna
a
have
lot.
they're gonna have a paranormal potluck next year.
Oh, fun.
So I'll let everybody know.
Okay, do that.
Right
will.
on.
We'll probably
Cool.
go. Excuse me. I love my spirit box. I would love to have a portal box so I don't have the white noise, but until I can afford one or make my own.
When I investigated with you guys, I've never investigated with somebody who had a spirit box going on.
You
All right.
investigated with me.
And I was like, that thing is so noisy.
It is very
I
noisy.
hate
It
the
is
spirit
loud,
box,
yes.
man.
Oh
But
my
it
gosh,
is
I've been-
awesome when you get that response.
Yeah,
It
I
but
have
is.
been
Yeah.
does that affect with the woo-woo nature of Debbie?
No,
It does not.
no.
It- It affects my nature. I'm like,
Well, I can just see Debbie going with you, Adrian, and just going shh the whole
Oh,
time.
you wait till the next
now I'm looking forward to
investigation.
investigating with Debbie again because I'm gonna be
Oh,
investigating.
it's coming. I'm
her.
trying to get something set
I'm,
up.
I'm
so
gonna be right behind him
Pardon
going.
me, I need to use the ladies' room.
There you go. There
Okay.
you go.
don't leave. Just put your phone down on the couch. You're gonna mess up my whole
I'm gonna
video
do that.
section.
I'm gonna do that. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll be standing behind the corner waiting for Adrian. Yep.
But no,
doubt it.
I love it.
I don't doubt it
Somebody
at
else
all.
going, hello.
What's up, Robert? Look at that. We got
Wow.
our Australian friend in now. We had our
Nice.
Scottish
will
friend, and now we
tell
have
you-
our Australian friend.
Pam probably knows this, but I will tell you one thing about being a woo woo. It can be hereditary.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure.
Yes, my son
ha-
is that way, and my granddaughter is that way.
Mm-hmm. It definitely can run in families.
It's supposed to be that in my family, and I've been told that I have abilities. I don't. Anyhow, but I can see where it could help. Do you ever consider it a hindrance?
Not really. Not really. I mean, the only time that I ever just kind of really went, okay, was obviously when I was younger. Back then, that kind of stuff wasn't talked about. You were crazy if you thought that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't as accepted as it is today. So,
To be clear, you could still be crazy.
well, yeah, definitely. I mean, hello.
Or you could be crazy like Adrian and not be woo woo.
Yeah,
There is that.
Yeah,
there is
that's
that.
Heaven help us.
But no, we all have a good time. I know we did a couple things we did one thing in Missouri not too long ago. It was like what 2019.
Yeah,
We did the
something like
Sisters
that.
Tea House.
4
Mhm.
years ago.
I've heard of it.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody
Still
wouldn't have been
Missouri.
sick. They
I
could have went to
know.
Lit Mansion with us too.
I know.
Oh,
Darn it.
But the vid had to come, and everybody was so scared of it. So I just-
Yeah, me and Josh
Robert
and Bobby
said-
had fun.
I bet you
on,
did.
On YouTube, Robert said, Debbie, I'm sure you can go all stealth ninja in those corners when planning a jump scare.
Oh heck yeah! Oh yeah.
where's the Sisters Tea House at? Is that
It's
St. Louis area? Is it
Mm-mm.
St.
Benton.
Charles?
Yeah, Benton.
Oh, is
It's
it?
right outside of St. Louis.
Oh, it is. Okay, I was going to say I couldn't remember if it was St. Charles or so.
I
so
don't remember the
Fenton
name.
area? Okay, because I've heard of it. I know it's not too far from me because I'm in St. Louis. And you said that the Lit Mansion you've been to also?
Yeah,
She
you
was
were
there with
when
you.
Luke came.
Oh, you were there? Okay.
Yeah, Chris
Well,
and Philip.
Apparently,
been
you
a-
were
it's-
really
It's
memorable.
been a while, yeah.
It's been a year and a half, right?
2
Yeah.
years almost. Yep.
Yeah, I was there with my two giants.
Yeah, her boys.
Lucky boys.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yep.
That was a fun night.
Oh,
Yeah, it
see, I
was.
wanted to go so bad. I did get a good video from Chris and Philip off of it, though.
I still have that on my phone, by the way.
I still gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be it's gonna be somewhere.
Debbie, were you in the room with, I think Booth brothers were in there, several other people in the office area where Billy Limp committed suicide, and we're talking, and that one young lady, I said, "Are you Elsa?" And she gave me a hug with the dowsing rods, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, over the spirit box, she goes, "I love you." Were you in the
Mhm.
room?
Yeah, yeah,
That was amazing.
yeah.
That's neat.
Every
And
time
I-
you say Elsa, I just want to go, let it go. I can't help it.
I know. I was the same way. It popped in my head too. See, we're like two kindreds here.
Every time.
Yeah.
Help it.
Oh,
Am I the only one that's not seen the Frozen?
probably. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I've seen Frozen and Frozen 2 more
I
times
have
than I
too.
can count.
I have too. I have seen them all.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You knew the words. We know better.
I put my poor mom through Labyrinth.
Oh, that's a good one though.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
I'm going to play a couple of things from the old hospital that we can't talk about because it was one of the first places, big, huge places that I ever went to. And I'm probably sure it's the first huge place Kelly went to.
It's the first huge place I went to.
Oh, how nice. But I want to play some of it because I want to kind of hear Adrian since he's like the quote expert of the place. And I say quote because he's been there more times than I can count on my fingers and toes.
You got to do the air quotes.
Oh,
expert. I'm gonna tell Tina you said that. So.
Uh-oh.
Now
I wasn't meaning it in a bad way. I'm just saying you're the expert because you've been there more times than we have.
She'll say things. I'll
Yeah,
be like,
you're-
hold on, wait a minute. I'm the expert.
Yeah. You're gonna give him a big
That's
head.
true. Oh, I'm sorry. Tidrian is the expert. There you go.
There you go.
But let me know if y'all can hear this. And this is one of the ones that I played for you, Adrian, back at the expo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's the soft one. Let me do the enhanced one. Watch your ears. Okay.
What is that noise?
Death metal. Didn't know they had death metal back then.
Okay, you start hearing us coming into the room, but you can still hear the moan. I have to turn it down. Sorry, it's loud. But sorry, I warned y'all it was going to get loud. But you could hear us slowly coming into the scene, and you could still hear the crying. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that got my heart, and it gets my heart every time I hear it because it sounds so mournful.
Do you remember?
Third
floor.
That's where the
Yeah,
spaceship
that's my
landed,
heart.
right?
Yep,
That's what
that
it
was the
sounds
third
like,
floor.
right?
It sounded like something out of a science fiction movie. This a starship or a spaceship, and all of the metal clinking in the background, and they were doing experiments on people, and they were all screaming and yelling. I don't.
Probing thought.
But the cry.
I have a woo-woo
The cry.
imagination too.
No, the cry is interesting.
The cry, yeah.
But you could hear him yelling. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember what side you were on?
As you're coming off the staircase, we were on the right side in the room.
Okay, so you were more towards the.
It was
parking-
close to the stair. If I can remember correctly, this was a long time ago, and I'm old.
Was that with you?
No, it was me, Dustin, one of the former people that were in it, and Justin.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, we could do a show just on that place, and maybe that's what I'll title it: "The Hospital We Don't Speak About."
Yeah, the hospital we don't talk about. But
Hey,
I know
to jump in
you.
really quick.
Uh-huh.
Robert's saying on YouTube, is that what it was? A moan, and his first thought was that it might be plumbing.
Oh no, it was a moan. It was a cry. If you listen
I
all
heard it.
throughout, you can hear her still crying while we're coming into play.
Wow.
And yeah, she's still moaning and crying. And the thing is, I heard one of his, and I would have chalked it up to maybe we got lucky. But Adrian played one of his, and it was the same vocal, the same tone. And you know the story better than I do. You tell the story. About the girl, about the woman.
Oh, well, there is, but you were on the parking lot side, and every time I've encountered the woman, it's been more towards the cage side.
See, whenever we were coming down, we had just came from the 4th floor because that's where we were doing some filming. So we came from the 4th floor down that long hallway up back towards the I guess the front. I don't know. And
Middle?
to the middle. And I saw him coming out and he goes, shh. And I'm like, what? Shush, 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 shush. So I'm shushing everybody. And then he goes on to tell us, I'm hearing somebody's crying. And he believes that she followed him into that room because he was walking around trying to get something or feel something.
So you guys were actually like physically hearing it?
He
Hearing
was.
her cry?
We hadn't gotten there yet, but he was physically hearing her, and it caught on his digi.
We've heard sounds down that hallway.
And this is in the daytime.
Debbie.
Do you feel like it
Yeah.
might be more of residual, or do you think is she responsive to questions?
That I'm going to leave more to Adrian. He's had more experience with that place because
I'm the expert.
He's the expert.
Debbie, I'm talking to you, Debbie.
Yes.
Debbie, if you hear her, make a sound.
Said that one more time.
There you are. I said, if you're here,
kind of full
there you
sentence.
are. All right. Hey, now, talking specifically, 3rd floor woman, have you encountered her?
I know the last time that we were up there, I got to actually walk around a lot more than I did previous. And when we went down towards the cage, I actually put in headphones and you could hear what sounded like a moan, but it was at a distance. I mean, as far as like really talking, or no, there was none.
Because
but I knew that
when when I've been with other people who can sense things, we'll say woo woo, they will feel the sadness.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And so you pick up on that?
Oh, definitely.
I walked through.
I mean, Shauna, Tina, there's me, Shauna, Tina. I think Rob was with us too when we sat down there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's just it's hard to explain. It just gets stronger the longer you sit there. And to the point that you're just like, okay, I gotta go, because if I don't, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
So yeah, it gets real heavy and real sad. So, and what's really weird is just down the hallway from that is where Shauna and I were talking as we were walking down the hall, and we both kind of looked at each other and said, "Did you hear that?" And it was a growl.
Oh, we got
out of one.
We got a growl, but it was in the basement.
Yeah, no, this was up on the 3rd floor.
We were with Dave Harkins, and we were down in the basement. He was videotaping, and in the middle of us talking, you definitely hear this. It was a growl, and that's the only time I've ever heard a growl there.
No, this was up on the 3rd floor, and we caught it on our digi. So,
but I don't have it because I gotta find it.
Woman,
I know.
Organized.
Well, I have been
Is
trying to organize, but I do 5,000 things in a day, and there's not enough time in a day.
Well, there is truth to that statement for sure.
is the
Yeah.
is the third floor the one that has that wooden platform that I was sitting on?
That is the second floor.
That's second.
That's
Yeah.
the second floor. Okay.
Yeah.
That's where the crazy guy's at.
That's where the
Yeah.
mean dude is.
Okay.
Yeah.
It didn't bother me at all.
And I think that is where Justin and I were whenever we were doing the Spirit Box back in 2015. And we kept getting, we were getting some pretty cool responses. Like one of them was Weird Justin. I mean, they said his name. And I have
Are
that
you
clip.
talking about Justin?
I'm talking about my husband, Justin.
Okay.
You want to say something to us?
I heard,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I
Weird.
heard Justin.
Yeah, I heard Justin.
Mm-hmm. And I wish I could remember exactly what was being said during that time because I don't have it. I have the name of the Digi and where it's probably at, but I gotta listen to it again. But a lot of that part was pretty interesting because we would ask, what their names were, why were they there, and we got a couple of names and everything, and it was pretty cool. I love that. I love doing the Spirit Box session there. Wow, everybody got all quiet.
I was listening to you, honey.
I thought the story was going to be longer.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now, the
Down in the-
Sisters Tea House, we did get a funny clip of a previous investigator that used to be with the group. She had replied, well, I'll let y'all hear it because Debbie talks to her about it too. And it's actually a video, so you could see it, but I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to play the sound. If I can get my thing back up.
What do you need help with? Because if it's dyeing your hair, you don't want to ask me.
No. No?
It had responded with nope. So it was a cool response. It was a dude. We had quite a few there on that. But I wanted to make them louder before I actually played them so people could actually hear them because I'm deaf and I'm not sure. I know that everybody else is saying yes, it's saying that, but I'm not sure.
Okay, so Robert's asking. He said he's curious about the hospital. He knows we can't name it, but
Mhm.
can you guys give a little bit more background about it or information about it?
Yeah. Well, if I give any information about it, it's one of those things that it's easy to track down.
Mhm.
We'll just say you're familiar with Waverly, right?
Mhm.
Waverly Hills.
Mhm.
It's like that, but
Okay.
they don't want it to be out there in the world because they don't want
Gotcha.
people. It is an active business location. They don't want a whole bunch of crazy people going at their odd hours of the day.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But it is 5 floors. It's 1/10 of a mile long, and has I forgot how many rooms. I forgot.
Well,
One-
5 floors with a attic type floor, which is a 6th floor and a basement, so 7 floors total.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's ginormous then.
Oh,
It-
it's-
it-
Oh,
it's-
and
it's-
stay in the
Right,
middle. And stay in the middle of the as you're walking down the hallway, or you're gonna gong your head.
So,
No.
so it's hard to talk about the place because, and
I'm
it's not
short,
because we're
really.
like trying to protect a place so
No.
nobody else can go there. We are sworn to secrecy by the organization that runs it. So we're supposed to call it an old Arkansas hospital and leave it at that.
Yep.
If I
Okay.
say what kind of hospital it was, then I'm actually breaking protocol and could jeopardize my ability to go into the place. But there's a lot of history on it and a
Cool.
lot of cool pictures of the place. Abandoned Arkansas did a big photo layout of the place, which is really great because they got some great pictures there, and I'd like to hang out with those guys, but they haven't called.
Right?
Aw.
Aw.
Maybe they'll call soon.
Someday. I'm sure there's one, at least a couple of them are one of the billions that listen to the show. So maybe they will.
We can say,
but
get 'em
no,
over.
it's a great hospital with all hospitals seem to be haunted. And I can just say that because being a medic for so many years, every hospital that I've ever worked at has got a ghost story or two or
Yeah.
three or four. And this type of hospital has a commonality of death. Some hospitals have had more death in it. I guarantee you the local hospital down the street from me has had more people died in it than this hospital. But these people who died in this specific hospital that we're not supposed to say all died from the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I do have one more place that I do have one more little EV, well, I guess it's a spirit box session of an answer of an actual caring entity that is actually looking out for me while I'm there. It was at the Spiritual Rose in Tulsa, and I had permission to say the business. And if you go there, tell her Shauna from Geek sent you. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all hear this after the barking.
Do you like this symbol? Shauna from the Antichurch's room.
Be careful.
Plain as day. Be careful.
Oh,
I heard that.
One more time.
Do you like this symbol? Shauna from the Antichurch's room.
Be careful.
okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was actually pointing to a pentagram that was hanging on the door. And she had told me many times that it gets thrown off of the door. And I'm like, well, do you like this symbol? And as I'm going into the room, I'm telling everybody I'm walking into this particular room. And then he says, be careful. And that same vocal tone comes across many, many, many times at that location talking to us.
Interesting.
It was very, very interesting. And what we believe is that it was like a old veteran that actually died at the bus stop near there. I don't know exactly the whole story of what happened, but he had fell and went under the bus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Heartbreaking.
it is. But he said his name was Jeffy, and whenever we looked up the name, there was somebody that died. He was I can't remember what kind of veteran he was, whether he was from Vietnam or something else, but he was trying to get on the bus and he fell.
I think it was World War II.
I want to say it was more like Vietnam. But I don't remember. I don't remember. But it was interesting because he was telling me to be careful. It's like, you're looking at a pentagram, be careful.
Right, yeah.
But that was one of the introductions of Debbie coming into the group because she got to go over the evidence. She never got to go there, but she got to go over the evidence.
Here, listen to this stuff.
Oh, am I supposed to be writing something down? Yep. So, ladies, what would y'all like to do this year?
All kinds of stuff. So
All kinds of.
I'm bored.
And it's all legal.
We all legal? Are you sure? Well, we will be doing stuff. I want to get some stuff set up with the Sally House and hopefully get some stuff set up around the areas. There's one Vela House in Missouri, I think.
Vale Mansion.
Yes. That I was
Vale
hoping
Mansion.
that somebody we knew could kind of hook us up with like a contact or something that we can get in there and.
I want to go back to Limp Mansion.
I want to go back to Limp Mansion too.
And I want to take Bobby because they really seem to like him and talk to him. So
Okay. I mean, I think we're talking about setting something up,
Yep,
aren't we?
we are.
Cool.
Matter of fact, last week was dedicated to the Lamp Mansion. our
Yeah, it
show.
was. It was. It was
Cool.
It was a
very
really good
interesting.
show.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I don't have the slideshows and everything that I can have. But just having these this little bit snippets of a Spirit Box session and EVPs was I got lucky because I was like, oh, I named these. I'll listen to them and see if they're
I named these.
I named these humming when the crew was in the back. I just
Well, I tell you, I had that idea because we talked about that hospital so much that one of the Arkansas weeks we'll put it out there and we'll do a show dedicated to that place. And I'm sure
That
we'll
would
have
be
some.
cool.
I
That'd
got
be fun.
I got some great evidence from there and some awesome EVPs. So
yeah.
we'll do
Ken's
that.
got some pretty cool pictures too.
Bunch
Yeah.
of stories. Maybe I'll even get Mr. Alan Lowe on here to talk about it because he used to do a
Oh.
presentation about the place.
That would be
Maybe
awesome.
I will reach out to them. He's got nothing to do. He's retired now.
Maybe you can get us back in there so we can get some more findings and
I would love to
I'm
go
ready
back
to get
there,
back in
Fauna.
there.
do what?
I would love to go back there.
Oh yeah. Anytime I'm offered, I'm on my way.
We'll set it up. We
It
get there.
sounds
We get there.
great.
We wasn't sure that they're going to open up for this year, and I still haven't heard.
Oh
Yes or
no.
Yeah, because like I said last time, there might be they might, and this is just what we're assuming because some of the things that were said that they might be shutting down the place. I don't know if they're shutting down the place just for their business in there or shutting down the place totally.
Completely.
And that would be a bummer because it is a cool building. So
Yeah,
you know,
that would
Yeah,
suck.
it would. But to close off, because I do see we're 2 minutes over, there are a lot of things going on in Oklahoma and Missouri and Kansas. If guys go to our Facebook page, A.M.O.K Paranormal podcast show, mostly paranormal, I'm sorry. Podcast. And if you can't, it is a private group, so just go in and we'll bring you in. So come on in. You'll be able to see all the awesome events and everything that's coming up. I know there's SteelCon that we're going to in September. There's Border Town.
There's what?
Oh my
in
God, I almost want
September?
to SteelCon.
G.E.E.K.S.
Oh, why do I keep calling it SteelCon? Why do I keep calling it
G.E.E.K.S.
that? Oh,
Because you speak your own language, darling. We love you, but you speak your own language.
I do. That's my language. We're going to Illinois, okay? Then we're going to Kansas, and then we're going
Yay.
to Arkansas, and then I
Yay.
tried to get some information on the Oklahoma convention that's going on here that they moved, and they have been so busy they don't even know what they're doing, and they think that maybe they're just going to keep it for the tickets or for the people that bought tickets from last year. So I'm still trying to find out more information. I asked if there was a website. They said they have not had time to put one up yet. So I don't know. I'm hoping. There are some Bigfoot stuff going on though. So I'm going to look for that and see what I can find out and maybe drag Adrian up here for it.
Fun.
PhilCon, right? Robert said, at least you're not calling it PhilCon.
If I go in anything Bigfoot, I got to wear like a garlic necklace. Could that keep Bigfoot away?
I think that might just make you ready for stew.
You just seasoning yourself at that point.
Yeah, you're seasoning. You don't want to do that. But ladies, do y'all want to let anybody know where to go? Like, do you want them to go to the Geeks Paranormal page to find you, or?
That would be the best place to find me, probably.
All right, go to
Go
Geeks.
to the Geeks Paranormal page.
If you go to Geeks and you look up the geeky ghosties that were on the front of this, you'll see the two of Debi and Kelley. You'll be able to go there and ask any questions you want to ask. Shameless plug, you can go to Exploring the Paranormal podcast and look for me. Or A.M.O.K.
Or A.M.O.K.
And Ken,
I would
Pam?
suggest A.M.O.K for us.
A.M.O.K, yeah. A.M.O.K for us, for all of us.
You
And
can find me at
Ken,
S.A.K. Bordertown Paranormal. Southeast Kansas Bordertown Paranormal. That's where you can find me. How about you, Ken?
Monster Paranormal, St. Louis. Or
Yeah.
A.M.O.K.
A.M.O.K.
Yes, or A.M.O.K.
A.M.O.K. Hey,
Yeah.
wait a minute. Next week is Pam.
Pam.
It is.
What are you talking about next week, Pam?
I am actually going to bring a teammate on. Jess is going to come on, and we're going to discuss one of our favorite places. And I'm like, Shaw, if I can find the EVPs that I'm searching for, I'm going to bring those as well.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Nice.
We
Yeah,
got some fun
exciting.
stuff.
Well, everybody tune in next week.
Yes, 7 o'clock
about
Central
stuff.
Time, 8 Eastern. Until then.
What about Greenwich Mean Time?
Same cat station, same cat place. Tonight was all
Bye,
about
everybody.
cats. Remember that.
Bye.
Bye.